Good morning. Good morning. It is. It is what? I got zoomed in here. There we go. It is Wednesday morning, hump day. And I got cats in here. We're wanting to fight again. Ripley came out, and Bella's in here. Grumpy cat. And so I can hear. I don't know if you can hear her or not. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. You can hear her. Ripley, come here. Come here. Grumpy cat. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's Wednesday, 7:30. I've got lots to do today. Lots to get done this week. I had a client text me yesterday and say, "Are you gonna be able to get that thing done by the 1st?" It's like, oh shoot, yeah, I'll get it done. Which means I'm gonna have to work all weekend probably, which is fine. It's been raining. It's finally, I don't know if I'm supposed to quit today. Got my lawnmower one of my lawnmowers all cleaned up, and got my water. pH 7.4. My sister turned me on to that. To me, water's water, but she's telling me that the pH, the better the pH. You hear that? The better the pH, the faster it hydrates you. What are you doing, Ripley? Are you making that cat go grumpy? So the higher the pH, the faster it hydrates you, like 6 times faster, according to her, according to whatever she read. I don't know. I've been buying it. I've been drinking it. I can't tell the difference. I don't know. So, anyway, I was thinking yesterday, I thought maybe I'd talk on this today, is owning your own business, or going into business for yourself, or being a freelancer. I'm gonna pause this and get her. Alright, I got Grumpy Cat. Stop being so grumpy. Stop it. Oh wow, she bites me, and that will be the end of her. I'm not gonna kill her, but no, I would get rid of her. Anyway, yeah, so owning your own business. Is there a difference between being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, and owning your own business? I think to me, it's kind of like water. It's the same thing, but it's 3 different states. And so, to me, like a business owner, you actually own a business, a profitable business that makes money for you, versus owning your own business, or owning your own job, so to speak. That's kind of like what me and Dad have been doing for a long time, is basically owning our job. And I was thinking about the different personalities, the personality type that you have to go into business for yourself. Because, and I have an example in my life, a real life example I know of. I know a guy who is probably a lot more knowledgeable in IT infrastructure than me, and in a lot of areas. I mean, there's other areas that I'm more knowledgeable. But he's just very knowledgeable, and he's very by the book. And if you if you looked at his LinkedIn profile, you can see where he worked for somebody for a period of time. Then he was on his own for a short period of time. Then he worked for somebody for a period of time. Then he was self-employed for a short period of time. And it just kept going. And he could never make it as working for himself. And the big part of, knowledge is one thing. Knowing something about what you do in your field of business is one thing. But your personality and the way you can communicate with others and the way that you can interact with others is far more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Far more beneficial. I don't know, I'm trying to think of the word. It's worth a lot more than the actual knowledge of the field you're in, because you have to interact with customers. And if you don't have that type of personality, or even if you don't, you can still force yourself to have that type of personality, I think, because I naturally do not have that personality that wants to interact with other people, to interact with CEOs of other companies. That's what I do. For a living, I help businesses with their IT to in turn help them make money, basically, is the short of it. I've got to make the decision, okay, is this technology is it going to cost you more than it's going to save you money? And that's the big thing in technology, is you got to look at, is what you're putting in going to help the client, save the client more money than it's going to cost them? Or maybe there's some other benefits out of it. But I was just thinking about that, and thinking about how you have to have a higher intellectual intelligence. I think it's EQ to go into business for yourself and to actually be an entrepreneur. And I think it runs in my blood, because I was sitting back thinking, my dad has had this business since 1982. There's not many tech companies that can say they've been in business since 1982 and still going, and still a small business. We didn't ever grow into this big, huge company. There was times when Dad had, 15 employees working for him. And now it's basically down to me and him, and it's kind of rolling over again, where I'm trying to look for some more, not really employees, but subcontractors. But yeah, what was I going with that? I don't know. So, excuse me. So in order to, hang on, I can't remember what I was going to say. The cat's sidetracking me. The cat was sidetracking me over here. So, anyway. So do you own your job? Do you own your business? Or are you an entrepreneur? Oh, I know what I was going. I was talking about it being in my blood. And my dad having this company for years and years. My uncle, he owned a very successful lighting company and film company, and he's kind of turned that over to some of my cousins. My other cousin that lives up the lane here, he just went into business. He's always worked for himself. It's like construction type work and just physical labor. And then, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, he bought a local flower shop here, and then he bought a local greenhouse here, and he's just put a lot of work into it. And so he's just right behind my office, and so I go and talk to him all the time, and he works for himself. And my grandfather and my uncles, they had a tree trimming business, and they worked for themselves. And so on my mom's side of the family, we are all just entrepreneurs. And part of the reason being an entrepreneur or business owner or whatever you want to call it is if you don't do well with authority, if you don't do well with obeying and submitting to someone over you, then you are going to be better off being in business for yourself. And maybe that's what it is on my mom's side, is we don't like authority, and so we want to be the authoritar, or however you say that. So anyway, yeah, so going in business for yourself, it really takes a lot of very good communication skills, very good being able to interact with other people, other business owners, customers. A lot of things that I look up, you know, because I sit behind a computer screen most of the day, and it's hard to stay motivated sometimes. And some of the things you can do to stay motivated when, especially if you work out of your home, you get distracted. Number one, you may eat a lot because the fridge is right there. Two, you may watch TV quite a bit. I have a couple monitors, 3 monitors right now. Uh-oh. Hey, you stop it, Rip. Get down. Don't bug her. You don't be grumpy. You don't be grumpy. Quit. Quit. So, stop it. Hey, stop. So, I totally lost track. I lost track what I was saying. Oh, stay motivated. Yeah, you know, if you're not motivated, one thing you can do is there's always mundane tasks that have to be done, and so just go and do that mundane task that you have to do that doesn't take any thinking, and just go do that, and the feeling of accomplishment will start to kickstart you into getting motivated. Or call a client, call a customer, sell something. That will get those juices flowing. Or learn something new. Those weren't my suggestions. I've seen those on something, but I'm going to try to take them now. I know doing the mundane thing, that helps just getting something done. Because, yeah, in my line of work, you know, if you got to think all the time, like I said before, when you have mental blocks, it is like having, I compare it to a construction worker having a broken bone or something like that. Oh, anyway, I don't know if all that made sense or not, but I need to get going. I need to take a shower. It's getting close to 8 o'clock, I'm sure. I need to get in there, get into work, get some things done. I got to go to a client tomorrow, and I've got to get the program done and installed so I can be up there tomorrow and show them how to use it. So anyway, treat others the way you want to be treated. Do what's right. Be nice to somebody. Help somebody today, and just keep on keeping on.